Have you ever opted for the expedited shipping option, rather than waiting 3 weeks for a package to arrive in the snail mail system? What about receiving a package that has been opened or tampered with? Fact is, you never know who is going to deliver your mail. Our project is all about introducing drones to deliver our packages to us in place of trucking transportation, because we all know the hassle that the current system creates.
To resolve these issues, our project requires a few key inputs. Further drone research needs to be conducted, radio frequency checkpoints and charging stations need to be constructed nationwide. A retained workforce from the current company staff and GPS capabilities for hardware and software are a few of the resources that are essential.
The end results of the project are an increase in the use of management practices. These include optimizing time management, quality assurance, and efficiency of package delivery. Another outcome is the creation of a team that provides feedback about customer experiences to management and production in order to increase productivity and innovation. Another deliverable to note is the possibility for company contracts and endorsements, which will benefit our project by obtaining funds to help project grow.
The purpose of this project is to replace an outdated postal delivery system with automated drone delivery. This method would perform the identical requirements of the current system, but would perform it in a quicker, safer, more reliable, more direct mode of transportation, while also increasing cost efficiency to provide a more positive customer experience. In a few years' time, the term snail mail won't apply to the updated 21st century experience.
Our goal is simple: to expand the postal delivery system to a global scale. This can be done through the utilization of drones and the practices that have been portrayed up to this point in the presentation.
Of course, with any next-generation technological project, there are going to be some factors, including those from socioeconomic, environmental, internal, and external sources. These factors do not prominently adhere to the project, but do provide a limit to the project's capabilities.
Legislation, for instance, is the main contributor for limiting our project's ability to perform. Many regulations, including these listed, limit drone usage in public, require insurance and GPS capabilities, prohibit drone use near airports and public events, or simply prohibit the use of drones in capital airspace. Our project requires the Federal Aviation Administration, or FAA, and the Department of Transportation, or DOT, to provide appropriate legislation that allows commercial use of drones before we can begin production and release.
Similar to most groups, our project team went through various stages of group development. Whereas this can be a detrimental adherence for some projects, our team pulled together to obtain success. In this process, called Tuckman's model, groups begin in the forming stage, in which they begin to know one another, then transition into the norming stage, in which individuals want to be accepted by the group. Next is the storming stage, in which conflicts about roles and responsibilities arise. If a group can overcome the stage, they enter the performing stage, in which the knowledge base is expanded, collaboration is readily used, and the project becomes fruition.
A critical adherence for many projects is when they don't identify key stakeholders of the project. When managing stakeholders and identifying the communication strategy, it is vital to include all aspects of the personnel, methods of contacting them, and the impact they can have on the project.
When delegating the workload for each individual within the group, it is best to schedule close to an equal amount of work for everyone. This is often an adherence for projects because one member of the team may feel as though they have contributed more than someone else and begin feeling frustrated with the scheduler. By clearly identifying roles and responsibilities in the form of either work breakdown schedules and dictionaries or activity lists, fairness can be portrayed and equally reached among the project team.
Budgeting is another key aspect of operating a project. A budget generally includes cost of materials, labor, and miscellaneous expenses. By utilizing cost forecasting methods such as weighted PERT estimates and average costs, projects can be appropriately funded with proper currency expectations. For this project, our most likely calculation of labor expenses minus nationwide RFI checkpoints and charging stations construction costs, is $2,645.
The Human Resource Plan is a commonly used project tool that is a guide for managing staff. By identifying which staff are required for a position, the duration and release of those individuals, resources and expectations, training requirements, methods of recognition, and standards along with safety compliance, the project management team can better forecast the longevity of the project's work.
The drone hardware and software components must have the ability for GPS connectivity in order to track the progress of the shipment, the unit itself, and the connectivity for purposes for the drone to be able to roam to any destination worldwide. The hardware must consist of a durable frame to sustain product life and ability to deliver heavier packages. The software must be easily programmable for our programmers and technicians to service, but should also protect from third-party tampering to avoid unit and shipment theft.
During this project, our team learned that projects can cost more than initially imagined. The costs associated with minute details were not factored into our assessments of the total budget. We also learned that it is best to utilize a project team, or at least a few members, that has past experience and success in the execution of a project. We realized that the group development is of a progressive nature, meaning that there will be disruptions occasionally, despite the stage of the Tuckman model a group considers itself to be in. Potentially, though, the most important lesson learned was that projects can come together and be successful if there is correct preparation, documentation, process, and group collaboration to accompany a creative idea. So, for those of us who have selected the expedited shipping or received our package opened in a week later than guaranteed, drone delivery may be able to repair the bond with the snail mail system. Our project began because we noticed a problem in our society. Now, with your help, it will save time and cost while increasing the customer's experience and the delivery efficiency. Together, we can replace the truck delivery method with drone delivery and eliminate the hassle.